They smile at you, but their eyes twitch. Their laughter echoes a little too loud. Their compliments come too quick, too forced. You know why? Because they know you see through everything. And that scares the hell out of them. You're not the type they can distract with glitter. You're not moved by applause. You're not impressed by titles or seduced by empty validation. You're aware. And in a world addicted to delusion, awareness is terrorism. You're not dangerous because you're violent. You're dangerous because you're silent. Because your eyes say what your mouth doesn't need to. You walk into a room and people feel it, that piercing presence, like a scalpel under their skin. They don't know if you're judging them, but they know if you spoke your mind, their entire little reality would crack. You ever notice how people flinch when you're quiet for too long? That's not discomfort, that's fear. Because silence in the hands of someone who sees is a weapon. They're scared because you recognize the dance of deception. You see the gears turning behind the fake kindness, the passive aggression hiding under the sweet tone, the fear masked as confidence, the desperation under their luxury. You don't just hear their words, you read them. You translate the stutter in their voice, the twitch in their lip, the way their eyes scan for approval. You decode them like a chessboard. And they hate it. They hate it. Because people don't want to be seen. Not truly. They want to be believed. They want the illusion to live. They want the mask to work. But you were born with the curse of X-ray vision. Or maybe you earned it, piece by piece, lie by lie, betrayal by betrayal. Until the world stopped looking like a playground and started looking like a performance. You see the strings, the puppets, the audience, the entire show, and you refuse to clap. That's why they call you cold. That's why they call you dark. That's why they say you're too intense. You make them uncomfortable because you reveal what they're trying to hide, even when you say nothing. You make eye contact and their soul twitches. They avoid your gaze because it's not just a look, it's a dissection. They don't know what you see, but they know it's too much. Too close, too real. And that's why they talk behind your back. That's why they try to turn others against you. That's why they smear you with labels. Weird, creepy, arrogant, crazy. Because people don't exile threats with fists. They do it with whispers. They don't need evidence, they just need fear. And your presence alone is enough. Because when a liar sees someone who knows, they panic. When a faker meets someone authentic, they feel naked. When a manipulator meets someone immune, they lose control. You're immune. That's what they hate the most. You see through manipulation like glass. You can smell insincerity like rot. You don't chase. You don't beg. You don't play, because you already know how the game ends. And you refuse to sit at tables built on illusion. They say, you've changed. Number, you just opened your damn eyes, and now you're allergic to bullshit. You can't unsee the lies. You can't pretend to be interested in small talk that's just ego fluff. You can't fake a laugh when someone's trying to perform dominance. You can't sit through fake friendships, fake morals, fake love, fake apologies. You see it. You see it all. And that clarity, it isolates you, but it also frees you. You walk alone, not because you're unlovable, but because you refuse to be loved by cowards. You don't want connections built on comfort. You want fire, depth, realness. And that level of truth, it burns the average soul. Most people want to be lied to. It soothes them. But you ripped the blindfold off, and once you do that, you can never go back to sleep. They hate how you see through everything, because deep down, they wish they could, but they're too scared of what they'd find. You weren't. You chose to look, to examine, to see, and the price of that vision is exile. But make no mistake, exile is not punishment, it's evolution. When you walk alone, you walk in truth. There's no one left to lie to you, no one left to manipulate you. Just mirrors, just silence, just the raw, uncut process of becoming someone untouchable. And trust me, when you become untouchable, they'll still watch you. From the shadows, from a distance, with envy. They'll pretend you don't matter, while secretly obsessing over the way you stopped needing them. That's power. Power isn't controlling people. Power is being immune to them. They're scared because you no longer fear losing them. You no longer fear being misunderstood. You no longer shrink yourself to be digestible. You stopped apologizing for your depth. You stopped pretending to care about what they think. And when someone no longer needs approval, they become unbreakable. You see the fake strong, the loud ones, the ones who brag, who flash their worth like neon signs. You see through it all, because true strength is quiet, silent, like you. You don't need to prove you're strong. You just refuse to be weak. They scream to be noticed. You whisper, and they listen. You don't chase attention. It follows you, because they can't figure you out. You're not loud. You're loud in the soul. You don't perform. You exist, raw, intact, brutal, honest. And in this age of filters and fakes, honesty is horror. That's why they're scared. You represent everything they pretend to be, everything they're too scared to confront. You hold up a mirror, and it reflects their cowardice, their neediness, their masks. And you just are. They don't know how to handle someone who's whole. They only know how to play with broken people, because broken people are predictable, controllable. But you healed. You remember. And now, you can't be played, because you designed your own game. They're scared because you don't react the way they want you to. They expect fear and get calm. They expect neediness and get distance. They expect confusion and get clarity. You're not chaotic, you're precise. And nothing unsettles a manipulator more than someone who doesn't flinch. Let them gossip. Let them spin stories. Let them warn others about you. All they're doing is confirming your power. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who knows what everyone is hiding and doesn't say a word. Because the silent ones, the observant ones, they don't react, they decide. You've become the one they can't predict, the one they can't shake, the one they can't dominate. They're scared of you because you can smell fear, but don't feed on it. You can see their weaknesses, but don't need to expose them. You don't fight their games, because you've already won just by not playing. You are the anti-illusion, and illusions die in your presence. Don't let the exile fool you. Don't let the silence confuse you. Don't let the distance make you doubt yourself. You're not alone because you're broken. You're alone because you outgrew delusion. You leveled up. You ascended. And now, you see them all for what they are. Actors, performers, masks wearing masks. And you're the only real one in the theater. Of course they're scared. They should be. Because when someone sees through everything, they can't be lied to. They can't be owned. They can't be destroyed. They become untouchable. So let them fear you. Let them whisper. Let them retreat. Let them misunderstand you, mislabel you, misjudge you. None of it matters, because you don't need their acceptance. You never did. You don't crave connection that costs your soul. You don't want friends who only love the mask. You want something real, or you want nothing. That's power. You don't want to fit in. You want to stand out. And in a world of sleepwalkers, the one who sees is king. So wear your vision like armor. Let it burn their illusions. Let your presence rearrange the atmosphere. Let your eyes do the talking. And when they ask, what makes you so different? Why don't you play along? Why does your silence say so much? Just smile. Just smile. And let them wonder how much you really know. Because you see through everything. And that's why they're scared.